Welcome back to BeamNG Drive, but every time I crash, the FPS decreases. Oh my god. And if you're wondering why my game looks like Keith's, that's because right now, I'm running over 400 frames per second. Like seriously. So in the top... Oh no, wait. It's barely even 400. Okay, but nevertheless, I'm around 400 FPS right now, which is insane. Especially since, okay, this is not 4K, but this is still 1080p. And well, yes, the settings are at the lowest. This actually feels insane. So we're gonna be reaching insanely low frame per second values today, especially because I have found a workaround to BeamNG's minimum FPS limit. So BeamNG allows you to limit the FPS to a maximum of 5. But if you mess with the files, you can actually get it down to 1 FPS. And even 0.1 FPS. And even 0.00. The thing is, you can get it insanely low with this method I discovered. But yeah, right now we're chilling at 420 average frames per second. Guys, I cannot describe how good this feels, and I can't even show you because this video is in 60 FPS, but my phone has a slow motion recording mode, so I can kind of show you what this is like. So this is recording at 240 frames per second, and as you can see, the footage looks smooth. So now, we go from 480 FPS down to 240, which is still really good. In fact, I have to be honest, in racing games, you can't tell the difference between 480 and 240. But what you can notice is that we now have 4K resolution, and that there's also traffic driving around, which is not very good, especially because now I'm gonna start driving like I've been needing to shit for the past 127 hours. Now, fellow YouTuber CarPal already made a video with the FPS getting lower. Oh my god. If it still drives, then it's not a crash. It goes. Like, even the steering alignment is better than my Honda Jazz, so this is perfect. Now, as I was saying, fellow YouTuber CarPal has already made a video where the FPS gets lower. But, number one, he was limited to 5 FPS. We're gonna be going much lower later. But most importantly, he wasn't using a wheel. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how the wheel behaves when we have 1 frame per minute. Why does my shifter work for like 10 minutes and then... This is third. Okay, thank you. This is really pissing me. Oh my god. So gentlemen, I have crashed once again, which means we now have 120 frames per second. And my god, does this look really good. So I'm now on the high graphics preset. We're not on ultra yet. Between 240 and 120, you can tell that there is a slight difference, but I don't really think it changes that much. What I do notice is that my game doesn't look like a PS1 title from the 17th century. But oh my god, what was that shift? But if you want me to make a more scientific video where I compare lap times with different frame rates, then make sure to like this video. Otherwise you'll end up like this pigeon. I'm gonna murder this guy. What's gonna blow up sooner, him or my engine? This is taking some time. Like, when is he gonna do something? Oh shit. So gentlemen, we now have 60 FPS. I don't know why I just sighed. This is actually perfect. So this is the frame rate I usually record my videos at. This fucking shifter. No, it is not as sweet as 120 FPS, but it is absolutely usable, and at these graphics settings, which is more ultra than ultra, I can't get 120 FPS, at least on Italy. So yeah, I'm still extremely comfortable here, you know? The wheel feels good. Jesus. Okay, so that was very short-lived, and oh boy, is the difference noticeable. This is very bad. Yeah, this is like playing one of those super unoptimized PS4 games. It's horrible. Fucking hell! No. I was about to say the wheel still feels good though. Jesus. Okay, so this is where this video is gonna start to get slightly unwatchable because we're now at 20 FPS. I haven't halved it to 15 because it's gonna be even more unwatchable. But yes, so we're gonna do 20 FPS and then we're gonna do 10 FPS and then 5 and then 2 and then 1 and then I'm gonna want to die. But okay, to be honest, this isn't much worse than 30 FPS. Yes, the human eye thinks it's video if it's 24 FPS, so we're slightly under that here, but to be honest, I'm so used to 60 FPS and 120 FPS that 30 already felt horrible to me. So yeah, this is kind of a slideshow, but luckily there was no car here, my goodness. I have to say the wheel still feels pretty fine. Does feel like I'm getting less feed... No, okay, it doesn't. I'm getting all the feedback. Yeah, these bumps confirm that. And to be honest, I don't think my lap times would be like majorly impacted. But goodness. Okay, I still have time to react. I hope that's still gonna be the case when you have like 1 FPS, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's gonna happen. I'm generally curious to see how it is. And you know what? At this point, I may even try to attempt to get the world record for the lowest FPS ever recorded in BeamNG Drive. I think I have one of the highest, so why not get the opposite record too, you know? I'm gonna try to do an overtake with 20 FPS. Why do you have to? How did I? And he's accelerating! What just happened? So much just happened, oh my god. I did manage to overtake him though, this is very nice. Don't get... The user interface is starting to lag, which is very nice. So, gentlemen, no, you're not watching a slideshow. This is BeamNG running at 10 FPS, and we're still very far away from the worst it's gonna get. One thing I've noticed is that the motion blur seems to be frame per second dependent. Like, I did not change my motion blur settings, but it seems like the effect is less strong. The game definitely isn't running in real time anymore. Even though my computer can completely handle this, the frames I'm getting aren't in real time. And this is what happened when I did a race with 64 people in one server. My game was running fine, but everyone else was lagging hard. So I actually had a competitive advantage. I'm not sure when the game stops being real time though. Like, if you guys have any idea how this works, because I'm pretty sure in 30 FPS, it's still running in real time, but now this feels like I'm playing in slow motion, even though it's technically not. This is a really good question, actually. But man, this actually makes me want to crash, because boy is this bad. Now, as for the steering wheel and the force feedback... Oh, this is weird. It's so weird, the force feedback... Look, oh my god, no! It's like there is much less... Look, my wheel is not doing anything. Okay, I'm gonna do an experiment. I'm gonna hit these rocks. Look at how little force feedback there is. Okay, I'm gonna actually explode myself now for science. And because this is kind of hurting my head. Come on. Even the sounds are lagging. There's less crashing sounds. So, gentlemen, as you can see, 5... is the lowest amount of frames per second BeamNG will allow me to set. To be honest, I don't even know why BeamNG allows you to set the max frame rate to 5 FPS, because this is literally unusable. BeamNG devs or any other smart person watching this, do you know why the max frame rate wouldn't be like 20 FPS? Why would you set the limit to 5? Who the hell is gonna benefit from this? And why 5? Why not make it 1, as I'm gonna do very soon? I wonder what happens if you set the max frame rate to 0. We're gonna try later, but now I'm noticing something weird with the wheel. It's ticking. I can feel this. It's like somebody's tapping the wheel constantly. This is extremely weird. Also, I'm gonna change camera view now. Gentlemen, this is extremely unplayable, and now we're even suffering the consequences of input lag. That shift took years. The input lag now is insane. I'm gonna start braking now. That's a solid like 1.5 seconds. My god. Man, I'm getting flashbacks. Before I had this computer and before I had the one before that, I used to play my games basically like this. That was like 9 years ago when I was 13 and 14 or something, but I remember trying to run Minecraft on my mom's laptop and this was the experience basically. Oh, am I gonna crash? No. Do you even know if I'm gonna crash? Okay, I think it's about to happen, gentlemen. I'm just gonna let it be. I can't believe we're going much lower than this. So this is the workaround I was telling you about, and it's literally just editing the settings from the settings file. So as you can see here, there's the FPS limit, which is now set to 5, and I'm not gonna set it to 2. So gentlemen, we now have 2 FPS. As you can see, my workaround actually works. Force feedback is doing something now. This is uncharted territory for me, by the way. I haven't tried this yet, so this is genuine first time. And my goodness, the ticking is still here, but it's slower. It's like it's following the FPS. So 2 frames per second is literally like a frame every half second, and this literally feels like a tick every half a second in the force feedback. It's like I can feel it refreshing. And I think my theory regarding motion blur being frame rate dependent is actually true. Like there is no motion blur here. And I think that's because it doesn't have anything to create the motion blur with. There's not enough frames for it to create motion blur. This is super interesting stuff. But yes, the force feedback is basically non-existent. This is like playing in slow motion. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna crash and we're gonna go down to 1 FPS. Oh my goodness. This may take some time. Wake me up when we're there. So gentlemen, we now have 1 FPS. It's literally 1 frame every second, and I think I've invented a new clock. This is literally a new type of clock. It's updating every second. Okay, this is actually sick. What would also be sick is not crashing in this pigeon that's coming towards us. I don't even know where my steering is. Okay, 2 FPS was drivable. This is not. What's the Newton meters of, like, the Big Ben or something? Okay, somehow I've actually managed to initiate a turn. This is like driving the world's largest ship. Oh. I actually even dodged the rock. Okay, though I think I'm about to turn that into a jump now. Yep, my theory was correct. What? I wonder if this is affecting the physics engine too. So gentlemen, in theory now, we have a frame every 2 seconds. And this definitely feels like it. Why am I in reverse? Curiously enough though, BeamNG's FPS counter doesn't go below 1. So we've even broken that. Okay, I'm gonna let off the clutch. And we're off. Something's happening. This is potentially like top 10 worst video deals I've ever had. But it's also very interesting. Like, look at it updating every 2 seconds. Can I go lower? So now it's gonna update once every 10 seconds. Oh my goodness. What happens if I set it to 0?